So 18 to 29-year-olds, only 24% of Democrats who are in that ages are proud to be an American. So if the base of your party is not proud to be American and they don't want to be associated with the flag, that's a problem for the Democrats going forward.
Welcome to The Debrief, where we talk with the Washington Examiner's top journalists about the headlines they're covering and where the story's going next. I'm Sarah Bedford, and I'm here with commentary editor Conn Carroll. Conn, President Donald Trump had proposed gold cards, which were visas that wealthy prospective immigrants could purchase for several $1 million. And there's been a lot of mockery of this idea, like on social media and in cable news commentary circles, but you have written that potentially, or you have posited to me, rather, that it might not actually be such a bad idea. Tell us why.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's actually $5 million is the
$5 million, thank you.
That he settled on. And I think it's a good idea for a number of reasons. One, we already have an EB-5 program, which is a program where the United States essentially already sells 10,000 visas a year to wealthy investors for the bargain basement price of just $500,000.
Wow. Okay?
So this is a program that admittedly has some fraud problems, but that's because they aren't selling them directly from the federal government to investors or to migrants. They have to have a project in between. So there's lots of fraud in finding a legitimate investment opportunity for those people to get into. That program is actually not the same as what Trump has pursued, which is just a flat-out sale of the visas. Now, mind you, all of these would be done, with still vetting the people involved. But we're talking real money here. So right now, the United States government allows in legally about 1 million immigrants a year.
Okay.
If you were to take just 1/10 of that, right? So set aside just 100,000 visas a year to be gold card visas. So 5 million, okay, times 100,000. So you're talking about
a lot of math.
A lot of money. So it'd be $500 billion a year or $5 trillion over 10 years. $5 trillion over 10 years, you can do a lot of that. You can cut a lot of taxes, you can invest in a lot of infrastructure, and so that is a huge revenue stream that could really help the federal government.
So what is the knock against it? Is it that this could also be an avenue for corruption? There might be improper vetting. I mean, even some Republicans have expressed some skepticism of this.
I mean, so far the only skepticism I've seen is that it's selling access to the United States, which I can see there's kind of an ickiness about that. But one, we already do it to the EB-5 program. We just do it with middlemen. This cuts out the middlemen, and this would raise a lot more money.
Senator Slotkin,
yes.
the new freshman senator from Michigan, is out with a new strategy, a blueprint for Democrats to try to rehab their image.
Do you think she's going to run for president?
I do think she is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but she's certainly positioning herself in one of the less stupid ways, I would say, that other Democrats have done.
I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was pretty rude. This is my show. But anyway, one of the prescriptions that she has for the party is to retake the sort of ownership of patriotic imagery like the flag, which is really closely associated with Republicans. Why is this even necessary for Democrats?
Yeah, so this past weekend she was in Michigan talking to her constituents at a town hall and basically said, look, I know a lot of you go to anti-Trump rallies and you have your signs which you bring to those rallies. All I'm asking is that in addition to those signs, that you also bring an American flag, which sounds nice. I think it would be a good idea. I mean, how many times have you watched immigration protests and you see Mexican flags and Palestinian flags or whatever else? It's like
Ukraine flags everywhere.
Ukraine. It's like, well, how about America, guys? And she's saying that you should embrace the symbolism. The problem is that when you look at actual polling, Democrats aren't proud to be an American. Harvard just this past week or the week before released their annual poll of young people, which they qualify as 18 to 29-year-olds. So I don't qualify. I think you still do though as young.
That's so nice of you to think that.
So 18 to 29-year-olds. Only 24% of Democrats who are in that ages are proud to be an American. So if the base of your party is not proud to be American and they don't want to be associated with the flag, that's a problem for the Democrats going forward.
How do they address that? I mean, obviously, it has to be more than just carrying flags to rallies. If the Democratic Party is going to fix that underlying patriotism problem, I mean, what does that look like?
Stop being Democrats? I don't know. I don't know that's the whole problem. I mean, I think it's good advice on Slotkin's part. I just don't think it's realistic. It's just short-sighted. This is a party whose reason this is. The reason why people choose to become Democrats is because they think this is a racist country. Is because you think they need affirmative action. You think you need all these things that undercut America. And if they didn't think those things, they wouldn't be Democrats.
They'd be Republicans.
They'd be Republicans.
Well, Conn, thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely.
You can get more writing from Conn and the rest of the commentary team at washingtonexaminer.com.